ladies and gentlemen, we've got some more government efficiency to get to here today. The United States government doing away with the penny. Remember, it costs 3 cents or around 3 cents. I think it's 0.032, so a little bit over 3 cents to produce 1 penny. Just makes sense to get rid of it, especially when it comes to the amount of people that use debit and credit now and they don't use paper. I'm not sure how the rounding will work in terms of that, but the prices may change by a cent or two, so the rounding is better rather than something being $9.99. Maybe it'll be $10 even, but in general, this will save the government a lot of money. And we've also got this that's come out, and I think this is very important to examine the Democrats and the dynamic around them blatantly lying to the American people and really not caring because they know the election is upcoming. Remember, that's what they did with the border. They ended up saying, well, no, we wanted the border bill. Trump shut it down because he wanted there to be an illegal immigration problem. Well, no, that border bill included amnesty for all the illegals already in the country. So there was no actual relief for the border and the situation and the amount of illegals that are into the country. But this is a very important thing to look at. You go back to October of 2024, right around the election, about a month before. You've got, as the election neared, KJP assured Americans that no FEMA funds were being diverted to illegals. Elon exposes that FEMA was still sending taxpayer dollars to illegals just last week. And remember, they tried to do a little word salad to where they said, oh, no money is being diverted. That's a separate fund entirely. And then you can see what Musk says right here. That was a huge lie by the Biden administration. Funds were diverted from almost every part of the federal government to maximize the number of illegals in America. There also appear to be significant funds siphoned from Social Security to pay for illegals. Yeah, they're getting money from all over the place to pay for these people. And this is what we're talking about when it comes to government efficiency, because you get the illegals out of the country, that's going to help the government efficiency and the amount of money that we spend in and of itself just with that situation. But yes, of course, they're going to lie and they're going to manipulate the numbers. I don't even know why they decide to do this. This is their entire viewpoint. This is modern liberalism. They should say, yes, we embrace spending U.S. citizens, taxpayers' money on illegal immigrants. That's what liberalism is. It's we don't care about our citizens, but we care about the minorities and we care about the illegals that come in. This is what they believe. I don't know why they just don't endorse it. They say, oh no, we care about the American people. Yeah, maybe minorities, but it's this token crap to where they say, oh, we had the money, don't worry, the FEMA, it's separate. Well, no, it all intertwines, it's all connected, it's all part of the government. There has to be, if you're going to have millions and millions of illegals or people here on temporary visas, well, a fake asylum seekers where they just say from anywhere in the world, oh yeah, I'm an asylum seeker. It's actually easier to do that than being illegal because the Biden administration will approve it. And those are the people that get hung up to where they get put up in those nice hotels. And then who pays for that? It has to come from taxpayer money. There's no other place it could come from. And so all of that's being eliminated. That's going to save more money. And this is just a part of the problem when it comes to the government. And when you've got this many illegals in the country and you've got these fake asylum seekers where, yeah, if you're from anywhere around the world, you've got a liberal government installed in the United States. You could say, I'm seeking asylum from Zimbabwe. I'm seeking asylum from Mars, the planet Mars. They're not treating me right. Then liberals will be like, oh, yes, you sweet angel. Please come in here. We're going to give you a 5-star hotel. We're so evil. White people are disgusting. That's what they do. And so there's no asylum seeking. We don't even know how many illegal people are in the country here. That's why I suggested that Trump should shut the border down. But Trump really needs to improve these immigration numbers. I agree with people on that. And that's why MAGA is really angry. And also the Middle Eastern situation with Israel, Palestine. I'm going to reserve judgment until what comes out of that in terms of what Trump actually does. But there could be some issues in terms of that. Look at this. This is a great example. I'm sure you guys saw this, but take a look at this.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Voter ID?
Yeah, I showed it to you.
So what?
The voter
I showed you
ID?
the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID
The
again?
voter ID?
Huh?
What about voter ID?
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID?
Does he have his voter ID, though? I mean, the Democrats want to know, right?
Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it
But what
again.
about the voter ID?
You didn't see it. You didn't see it.
But I mean, why would any Republican show they don't believe in voter ID, but now they want to see ID? But it's just kind of funny. Um, you've also got this. I know quite a few Trump voters. None of them are saying they regret it. I'm wondering where most of the. I'm wondering if most of these posts are fake. You mean people on Reddit might be lying for fake internet points? Well, it's not just Reddit. There's been an entire thing going around social medias where it's these liberals tweeting out that, oh my goodness, all the Republicans are regretting their Trump vote. I mean, regretting voting for Trump would also require you to say that you wish Harris would have won, which, you know, if you're a Republican and there's some things maybe you don't like what Trump is doing, there's a giant leap in between the idea that, oh, Trump's doing some things that maybe I don't like versus I wish Harris would have won. And so, but I mean, that's me being nice to these people. The reality is this is just a totally made up thing by liberals. And it's even more embarrassing when you think about it. Just like I explained in a previous video when I did analysis of this and how these people work, you know, they've done the whole thing with the TDS and people just make fun of them whenever they say they don't like Trump and they scream about it and they realize that doesn't really get them views anymore. They're like 5-year-old children. So now they have to like up it and say, oh, it's you guys. You guys are the ones that are regretting it. And we told you so, because now screaming about Trump rabidly doesn't work. It doesn't pay the bills. So they're trying to do something different. But I mean, if that was the case, it would be reflective in the approval rating. Trump has a positive approval rating. That would be impossible if Republicans in a significant way, like people are saying on the internet, liberals are saying, regretted voting for him. It's not possible. The data does not align with your fake narrative. It's all totally fake. Remember, this is what they have to do now, because them complaining, them moaning about Trump, they've done it 100 times. Nobody cares. They, you know, now they're having these. Remember, it wasn't last week they were going to do something on Reddit where it's like 50 states, 50 protests. Nobody cares. I didn't even see them. I mean, it's all complete crap. It doesn't do anything. You lost. Move on. And now, how about this? How about what they're doing with Kash Patel and the other Trump appointments where they're delaying the confirmations? This is a good example with Kash Patel. Think about this. American voters, they say that this is what democracy looks like. Well, this is democracy right here. American voters voted for Donald Trump, not just in terms of the Electoral College, but also the popular vote. That's democracy. American voters also voted for majority Republican in Congress when it comes to 53 senators and a small majority in the House. And those people, it's very obvious they're going to confirm Kash Patel, but the Democrats delay it. When all of the democracy, everything we voted for says that we want Kash Patel, we voted for Donald Trump, not just Electoral College, also popular vote. We voted for Republican majority in both the House and the Senate. Those people are ready to confirm Kash Patel. The Democrats are delaying it. I thought they believed in democracy. Democracy says Kash Patel should have been confirmed last week. They're delaying it. They don't like democracy. They're sore losers. They don't care when they don't get their way, even though democracy, based on everything that we have voted for, Republican House, Republican Senate, Donald Trump, executive branch, Republican presidency. But no, they have to delay it because they're sore losers. And so that's just, and they're trying to delay Tulsi. They're trying to delay RFK Jr. It's not going to work. They've all got like a 99% chance of getting confirmed. But I'm just demonstrating, if your own principle is your democracy 101, democracy says there should be no delay in confirming Kash Patel. The votes are there. They're going to confirm him. And this is what the people voted for. And you ask any Democrat, they'll probably say no, he shouldn't be confirmed, because they don't really care. It's all posturing. They love democracy when they win, but when they don't win, they don't love it so much. But anyways, this is a very good example explaining the ridiculousness of this prior administration. And the thing is, with liberals, whether it's Biden or any other Democrat, it is a establishment-run party. Meaning an individual, and maybe this will change in 2028, it might. They're going to try, and some liberals are very pissed off about what the establishment is doing. But whether it's Biden or someone else, this is just the liberal policy. They must invest tax dollars, significant tax dollars, into housing temporary migrants, people over here on, the temporary visas. They seek asylum because they're fleeing another country, but no matter what country, you'll be able to get an asylum claim. They get accepted. You get put into the country. You don't even get a hearing for months. It is a total mess. And yes, there were funds. I mean, there have to be funds within the government that go to that. And we saw how long it took for North Carolina to get sorted out, to the point where, I mean, the day after Trump got in, he visited North Carolina. If I remember correctly, January 21st, the day after the inauguration. So this is a good point. And whether or not they say, well, there's a separate fund for that. Well, wait, why is there a fund set up for immigrants in the first place? When it comes to these temporary migrants, those should be very few and far between, but it was happening significantly. And they tried to play up those numbers. Remember that they said most of the, you look at it, I had to look it up because I was like, boy, they're really telling me most of the so-called illegals here in this country aren't actually illegal. They're temporarily here awaiting court dates because they're seeking asylum. They're asylum seekers, but that's not true at all. There's way more illegals here, and they don't have a correct number on the illegals. And I agree. Trump certainly needs to do a better job when it comes to the deportations. They need to invest money into upgrading the current system they have to be able to deport more people. But again, when you compare the Obama number to the Trump number, Obama did not deport 3 million people. It's the numbers were not counted correctly in terms of the people that were deported, because they counted people that they were refused entry at the border as deportations. It's not how it works under Trump. But you're also seeing with Trump, and this was obviously going to happen when it comes to the investment they were making at the border. And this is why the idea that, oh, liberals winning, they were to fix the border anyways, it's just completely false. The second Trump gets in, the border, there's immediately less interactions at the border. There's less people from Mexico trying to cross over into the country because they know the threat now of Trump being in and the advanced border security measures. There's less incentive to try and illegally immigrate to the United States with Trump than with Biden. That's just obvious. And that's why they were never going to win the election, because it was such a huge issue. And they had their response to the whole idea was Trump ruined our border bill. It wasn't even like they were going to propose another thing in terms of what they were doing with the border. It was like, well, we tried it, but evil Trump ruined it. It wasn't like, oh, this is what we're going to do now that border bill isn't happening. But that border bill was a sham anyways, because it also included like $60 billion in foreign aid to both Israel and Ukraine. And so it's just a total joke. This is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.